We was coming up with mad ideas, right?
Ball, bro.
You don't remember that? We was coming up with mad ideas, and they have it now.
They have it.
They do have it now, like briefs with like a pouch in them to separate your junk. You know what I mean? So we talked about that. Remember the sneakers sold out?
Yeah, sneakers sold out. I remember that.
Yeah, you had any ideas that you just never pushed through it?
A billion,
bro.
Yeah, because a lot of times at this point, if you ain't got the budget to do the idea, sometimes it's like it doesn't even make sense to even like sometimes even write it out.
Right.
So it's like, and other times it's like you might have this huge idea. It's like $1 billion idea, but it might be worth writing out just so that like, I'm gonna show somebody for the sake of they might have a wild-eyed dream like this. But some of the smaller ideas, like a smaller movie idea that I realized, like, you know, I don't think anybody's just gonna invest in this.
Just not
something
worth
like
it.
so sometimes it's not even worth it. It's like if you ever come across the money to just do it, I do it.
Okay, I got you.
You ever had a business idea that you regret not doing?
No, because I do them. Like I literally will just, anything I've ever said I wanted to try to do, I've done. So I wanted to do comedy, I did it. I wanted to write a book, I did it. I wanted to make a movie, I did it. I wanted to be in a movie, I did it. I wanted to start producing, and I did it. I wanted to produce other people's films without me writing it, I did it. I wanted to direct someone else's work. Like they wrote something and I directed. I did it. So it's like, I was like already checked off all the boxes that I wanted to do. Now I'm venturing into something else I wanted to get into music business, like heavy. I was hanging with everybody. I'm traveling with Big Daddy Kane. I'm meeting people like Jay-Z and stuff. So it's like, but yeah, I got all these ideas for music, but I've never showed it. So that's where I started writing heavy.
Okay.
Because that was the thing. I was like, all right, this might be an idea I had, and I had it since I was a kid. I just never really jumped on it because I didn't know how I would do it, or how do you even get the outlets that you needed. So that's kind of where like I didn't know. So sometimes you shelf something when I don't know.
Right.
And then once I figured out how to do it and was able to do it, then I jumped in it.
So that leads us to our show. Welcome to the Shrewd Operators Podcast. This is my co-host Ron, my co-host Terrence. I'm Sal. That's first things first. It's the first time you guys made money on your own.
Money on our own.
Yeah, right. Mine was my own construction company type deal. I wasn't fully licensed, but we used to do home remodeling from ripping out kitchens, bathrooms, finishing basements, decks outside, pretty much everything.
Why do you keep up with it?
It was one of them businesses that took off too fast.
Okay.
Like it was a point where we had work lined up for months, but I didn't have a team, a certified team to really keep up with
Well, that
the
changes
work.
Everything, right?
You get what I'm saying?
Lack of foundation.
Lack of foundation, and I learned you have to make sure you got the right crew before you get into any business.
Right.
Because if not, it'll come back and bite you.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about you?
Well, your story's almost, mine was in comedy. 2005. I got booked to do a comedy show and they paid me cash. And then they fed us. And then like they had like drinks for us. Like everything was free.
Okay.
And that was like mind blowing. I went like crazy after that, like for comedy, because it was like, I don't have to report this money, or that's what it felt like. Right. Later on you find out you do, but like when you were young, you like they're just like handing us cash.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the first time I was like, Wow, like I want, the average person goes to work and you get paid the following week. Like the comedy was like, you show up, you do your job, you're leaving with your cash.
Right.
So that was the first time I was in an industry where I was like, no, I need this in my life. Like, I can't wait. Like, I did the work.
Okay.
And like the reward was instant. So it was like, it's kind of mind blowing. First time I got paid for doing jokes, me just being me.
So both you guys' stories are completely different than mine. It sounds like both y'all found something and wanted to move forward with it. My first time I made money was selling a CD. I used to burn CDs, made $5.
No, that's a hustle.
That's a hustle, yeah.
Right, but it's not. It don't take you nowhere. But yeah, that was my first time selling burn CDs.
I mean,
to high school students when I was in high school.
Yeah,
a hustle. You have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Right.
And I feel like Terrence said, it's the foundation. Like that's your beginning, and you build off of that.
Right.
So I want to piggyback off and ask you a question off of what you said. What did you learn from your first job?
My first job or
that first hustle?
The first hustle?
What did it teach you? Because you're saying it didn't take you nowhere, but yet you still know how to sell things today.
If I'm being honest, it was harder than that's why I stopped doing it. It was harder than I thought it would be. I thought it was something as simple as burning a CD, selling it. I didn't know how to get a customer. I had my homeboy say, "Hey, can you burn me a CD? I'll give you $5." Okay, cool. And I did that a couple times. But after that, it was on to the next thing. I kind of pivoted with music still, making beats and things of that nature. But, I didn't learn enough from selling CDs.
Right. How about you?
As far as what?
What did you learn that you still utilize today, maybe good or bad, from your first venture and your earnings? And like you said, I guess the business of construction, what did you learn from it that you take from that venture that you still utilize today?
What I take from it is learn how to build your foundation first. As far as do all your homework. You want to do your homework. I mean, learn the business. Because sometimes you jump into a business, it's fast money, and you like, oh, I got it. But you don't.
Yeah.
So you jump out the window, and next thing you know, again, like I said, it come back and bite you.
Yeah.
So before you get into anything, you have to do your homework, research, learn the in and outs of the business, learn the laws of the business. Because, again, a lawsuit will come back and haunt you also. Granted, I've never been sued, but I know people that's been sued. So I say take your time, learn the business before you jump out the window. You could play a little bit with your family with certain things.
But slow walking.
You can go mess up a family member house a little bit and get away with it. But if you go to that customer, it's going to be a problem if you mess their house up.
Yeah.
So how do you know when to pivot? How do you know when this just isn't for me?
When it just keep going down.
Okay.
To me. I mean, everybody losses is different when it comes to business, or, people pivot at different points.
Right.
Some people might pivot too early, and some people might pivot too late. Go on bankrupt. But
right.
Me, I look at it like when I'm get to a point whereas I'm like, the money just not adding up. I ran out of resources. I have nowhere to go at this point. And I'm like, I really don't know how to get out of this hole. It's like, all right, let me stop now before I lose everything that I already gained and put me, but not just me, but my family and myself in jeopardy.
Okay.
Now it's time for me to go somewhere else.
Got you.
That makes sense.
So that leads me to my next question. I was kind of talking about it before the show started. The worst business idea you ever had? Mine was the ball bra. Funny enough, it got taken, But how about you guys?
You go first.
Okay. Well,
The ball, bro.
worst business idea. I can't really say that they were any like bad ones because I mean I'm calculated, so anything I do I don't regret it.
Right. Yeah.
But I almost got into like a partnership with a bar or restaurant because we were doing comedy there.
Okay.
And we were bringing music there, so we were doing performance nights, and they were running into financial problems. So I was thinking about going into like a partnership with them, and like 6 months later, found out all the real liens and everything that was on the property and all the other legalities that were coming forth. That I would have gotten to that, man, they would have took me like absolutely under. So it was like, I'm glad I dodged it, but that was one that I actually dodged it, but I was literally considering trying to partner with these people. Like we were sitting down doing the talks and everything. And that's when I kind of got word. I started talking around town about it. And that's when I heard everything about the property. So it was like, oh man, but most of the business ventures I've gotten into, I mean, I can't say I regret. I had one venture with a guy overseas. He's an editor.
Okay.
Hired him to edit a project, and I never received my my hard drive back, the master copy. So my advice to myself was I will never hire anybody overseas again. And I'm sorry to all the great editors over there in the UK and around the world, but I will never hire someone across seas again because by some chance something don't go right, I don't even know how to retrieve my stuff.
How did you even try to go about it?
Yeah, we tried everything we could do on American soil. You know, but it's only but so many threats that we can do internationally, and then not even understanding the international laws of it. By the time I got there, and he was telling us that he had legalities once it arrived to him. That
right.
So yeah, we kind of had to chalk it, but we did receive. We were able to put the project out. We were able to get the project, and we had a duplicate drive, but being as though like that still was the master drive. So that was my advice for myself to say I'll never hire anybody that's that far away.
That's a complete reset. That's rough.
That's big.
Rough.
That's a big loss.
That's rough.
And it's your master copy. So
yeah,
that's
nobody want to lose their master anyway.
Right.
You know what I mean? So to lose your master copy is big.
Yeah, and it's the master drive. So you talking the master drive? It was one of those $1,000 towers, hard drive towers that we bought for this project to hold everything. So it had everything on there, and everything else is kind of scattered on drives. So, you know, it was the hub. So yeah, that was huge.
Gotcha.
That was huge.
Gotcha.
I mean, you were still able to bounce back, even though y'all lost out with that guy. Y'all still was able to bounce back and get the project out.
Yeah. Well, I'm resilient. So I mean, at the end of the day, if we had to just re-edit it from scratch, we would have just did that. But we worked everything out and got it done. But yeah, there was no way this thing wasn't going to, like what we put forth already was no way I wasn't going to, anything I work on, I'm going to see it through. So that's just how it is with me.
Okay.
Yeah. With me, the one thing I said, no offense, was I would never work with family again.
Oh, absolutely. Understand.
Well, we see that's a lie.
That's why I said it. Yeah, I always said I would never work with family again because when you into something with family, even though sometimes you got to make a hard decision and you like, man, you just take a loss because you like, I don't want to deal with this person or this person.
Right.
And if it wasn't family, it's easy to cut ties. You get what I'm saying? So me and Terrence been talking about doing things, but we never did it.
Right.
But I also never told him this.
Right.
So part of me was always like, man, I ain't doing nothing with family. So it's like,
But it's nothing
Yeah.
personal.
Yeah.
It's nothing personal with
right,
anybody.
because I already had pretty much lost because of doing things with family. I just didn't want to pretty much go backwards and go into it again.
Okay.
And then say, something go wrong. Look, bro.
Right. Yeah.
You know, but I think I'm at a point in my life where as though we good.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? I overcame all of that. So now I'm here now. You know what I'm saying?
See, I'm the total opposite. I employ my family all the time.
Okay.
So, but yet again, I'm very stern. So I tell people day one, and most people know me. So my family knows me. So they already know, like, if you're going to do something with him, give him 100%, because if anything less, or you think you're going to be treated any way differently than anybody else, he'll erupt on his family before he will someone that he don't know. So
expectations are a little higher, right?
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
So if you want to do something with me, because I can talk to you on a personal level, I will. So I'm different with my family. My family come to work and they work. So that's even down to my son. When he's on set, he's an angel on set. I'm like, man, if our house was a set, this would be perfect, because he is he's an angel. Okay. So, but for the most part, yeah, I hire family. I let them know day one what I'm expected, and you got one shot. And as long as you're doing good, I'll keep doing it. But those that, we have a brother that came out and he worked with me on a project one time, and he wanted to do sound, and I was like, hey, I'll help you do it. And I had a guy working with him. All he had to do was hold the boom. Mm-hmm. And we had a party scene. Once we got to the party scene, if you ever go check out Last Shot, if you look at Last Shot, the bar scene where he pulls the guy over the bar, you'll see my brother no longer holding the boom mic. He is jumping up like he's celebrating in the movie. I'm like, he's not even doing his job no more. Right. So we fired him after that scene.
Okay. So that leads me to a segment of the show. I was going to wait till the first guest, but it's perfect opportunity to bring it in. So how would you pay family? Do you do A, out of pocket, B, business is dime, C, credit line, or D, paid no mind?
Me?
How do you pay family?
I'm everybody getting paid off the business dime.
Okay. Respectable.
Definitely business, due to the fact that, taxes.
Always.
You want to offset them taxes.
Absolutely.
I thought Ron was going to say pay no mind. Okay. So we're going to work on that segment with our guests, but that's the gist of it, right? Yeah. So if you had to make $1,000 this week, how would you do it?
I'm in real estate lending, so I would sell a mortgage or, something along the lines of real estate.
So for our viewers, how would they do it? How do you think they should go about that?
For our viewers,
because you had to go to school and everything for real estate, right? So for the person who don't have anything going on, what would you recommend?
If you don't have nothing going on, what would I recommend to make $1,000? Learn how to sell something.
Okay.
I feel like sales is the best thing you can get into, because end of the day, no matter what company you go to, no matter what you do, you have to sell something, even if it's yourself.
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying? Yep. Because some people be like, oh, I don't want to work for anybody. But technically, you always work for somebody.
Even if you're working for yourself.
Mm-hmm. Because you need customers, which means you work for the customers. You get what I'm saying? So no matter what you do, you have to you have to learn how to sell. So if you needed to make $1,000 this week, you have to figure out what are you good at? Because somebody's interested in whatever you're good at.
Absolutely.
You just have to learn how to sell it. You get what I'm saying? So that's where I would go.
I just want to cap off what he's saying. Y'all might have to edit this out, but y'all got to sell what you got to get what you want, okay? Mm-hmm. Get your butts down to sweaty crack, okay? Get on that pole. He said you only got a week. You only got a week. Get on that pole, all right? If you got to do extra services afterwards, do extra services. Get that, okay? He said sell yourself. You got to do what you got to do. Get that money. However, but I think there's a lot of ways, man. You can get out there Uber Eats, you can get out there to Amazon, you can get out there and if you put the hours in, to some of those things. But if you got a talent, meaning I'm good at this. So I got friends that are good at writing. They just like writing, right? There's people that will pay on Fiverr for you to be a writer. You can be a credited writer. You could be a ghost writer, but you get paid to write. Let's say you love to edit. I just like editing. You can get paid to edit. You like to speak. You can literally speak and be a paid speaker. You just got to find your niche as a speaker. But all of these things, literally, if you just get into the lane of it, you can make $1,000 in a speaking engagement. You can make money. You can make $1,000 in all of these things. Literally, it does not take super long. You just need to be hired by a certain school. Schools have budgets for speakers and stuff like that. So, depending on what it is your skill is, what it is you do well. Okay. Steve Harvey always talk about the fried chicken. Some of y'all can cook, right? Sell platters on the weekend.
Definitely.
All right. Some of y'all do hair. Get out. Hey, you know how to cut hair? Cut hair. You can make the money, especially if let's say you tell your clients why you're doing it. I need this, right? I need $1,000, right? I cut hair, but I'm telling my clients what I need. I don't have a price today, this week, right? I'm doing straight donations, but my goal is to reach $1,000. Just advice. So, there's a lot of ways to get to it, but it's all in you and your hustle and what it is that you believe that, like, it's not a many. God put everybody here with a gift, everybody. So like you have a very distinct thing that you do no one else in the world does. If you could figure out what that is and do it to the max and give it all you got, people will pay you for that. That's all it really is, because everything I've ever made money doing, it was just something I was really good at that I just like doing. Minus jobs. I mean, like in the physical realm of me applying myself and saying, I think I'm funny. That started with writing and then applying my mouth, remembering things. But they pay people for all these things. So any and everything I've ever did, I've seen that there was a lane to be paid to do the ultimate. So the ultimate job, whatever that ultimate job is, there's levels of people that do things that get paid to do it. So it's if you think just as far as like a book, as a person who wrote the book, but there's also a ghostwriter, there's editors, there's publishers, there's layers of people who get paid to do things. You just got to put yourself in that lane of this. I love to publish books. I just like going through the process and artwork. And I love drawing. I love doing artwork. I get on Canva, start designing artworks. Someone will pay you for album covers. Any and everything you like to do, you just gotta, this is what I like to do. You find your niche and then people will pay you to do it. From the stupidest thing, grow peanuts. I don't know.
Whatever you do, be a shrewd operator.
That's it.
That's it.
What's shrewd operator mean to y'all?
I mean, I think of Big Daddy Kane every time you say it. Just mean like, to me, it just seemed like a guy that knows what he wants, is about what he wants, and he speaks what he wants, and he acts intentional.
I agree. Sharp, shifty.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like me.
I'm about to say that, like me. Just a hustler at the end of the day. Like,
is it enough to hustle?
As far as what?
So if I have any business, if I just keep hustling, am I guaranteed to succeed if I'm just hustling?
Well, nobody's guaranteed in anything.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? But you have to hustle to get there at the end of the day. If you're not going to put the work in, you might as well find something else, because like I was told, you needed about 5 to 10 years. Put your head down and just grind. And eventually it'll pop.
10,000 hours.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Eventually it'll pop. But if you're not putting in the time and the effort, pretty much the sweat equity. You get what I'm saying? The sweat equity. You got to put in that sweat equity for your business to pop. It's not going to pop because you read a book and you say, you know what, I seen this on YouTube. Let me take the shortcut because YouTube told me to use ChatGPT to do this, and it's going to draw me a plan and it's doing work. That's not how it works.
Right.
That's not how it works. You know, a lot of people think because we have all this new AI stuff that it's going to write it for them. They're going to follow this roadmap and I'm going to be a millionaire in 30 days because this roadmap told me I'm going to be a millionaire in 30 days. But that's not how life works.
Right.
Because if it was that easy, everybody around here would be millionaires. Some would be billionaires by now. You get what I'm saying?
So you mentioned putting in work for 5 to 10 years. Why are we interviewing 5 years and people 5 years and less experience?
I want to see their journey. I want to hear about their journey.
Okay.
I want to know them as a person. I want to know what made you get started in this business. What made you choose this business? You know, it could have come from a grandfather, a mother, or it could be something different. Like, you know what? They woke up one day, was like, I like cooking. Let me open a restaurant.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? I always like towers. Let me find a way to get into commercial real estate.
Right. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So you never know what pushed somebody in that direction. You know?
Gotcha.
They could have heard a speaker speak and say, you know, I want to follow this guy. He looked good. He got a nice car. Let me do what he do. I want what he want.
Yeah.
Let me ask him to mentor me and
I
I'm going to build
aspire
off
to
of
be
that.
that.
You
Yes.
get what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yep.
So everybody is different. But they ought to put them hours in at the end of the day because that person you see riding in that nice car, it didn't come overnight.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How about you? Well, what do you look to get out of having people on? It's been here for less than 5 years. It's been.
Well, I think advice for our listeners and everybody that wants to inspire to get into a business. So we're going to be bringing on different walks of business. So advice I want to learn because there's certain businesses I want to get into at some point in time, and I want to learn the do's and don'ts.
Okay.
So in the first 5 and 10 years is when you're learning a lot of the do's and don'ts, and it's fresh, opposed to hearing from someone that's done it 30 years ago, and it's just not as fresh on their brain because they're highly successful. They're not remembering the gritty part is faint as someone that's still in it.
And the ideas aren't as new.
Absolutely. So, and then for our perspective is to see how we can help all of our guests in their future, whether it's giving them advice or even some type of promotion or partnerships, you know what I mean, to help them grow their business.
Okay. Okay.
And you never know who you may network with in the future.
That's one of the main reasons why me personally, you presented this opportunity to me. I said, I got to take it. I love networking with people. I love meeting new people. I'm just a social person, you know?
Right.
Pretty creative, like creative people. So,
Yeah.
Speaking of creativity, what do you guys think's better? Consistency or creativity?
I'm consistency all day.
Shoot.
Consistency all day? Why so?
I feel like consistency is what a lot of people lack because everybody wants overnight success.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So a lot of people, and believe it or not, I'm one of them people, to be honest. I had to teach myself to kind of relax, be patient, you know, because before I'm like, man, I might have been doing this for 6 months. You know, I did it for 6 months. I barely made any money.
Mm-hmm.
This ain't it. I have to go somewhere else. But then when you look back at it, like that was just the beginning. You know, one time I made a sale. My first sale I was doing an online business with clothes. First sale was close to $300. I had the whole site set up wrong. They never received the order. They never received an order. I got the money. I'm like, yeah, this is the beginning. I was paying influencers and everybody to advertise, right?
So basically what you're telling me is if you're being consistent doing the wrong thing, it still ain't going to work.
It's not going to work. But that was just the beginning.
Right.
But if I was real consistent, I should have went back, found a problem, the bug, fixed it, and keep at it. Because like,
okay.
You seen the money could come, but you didn't give it a chance to really grow.
Right.
And that's, you know, I should have stayed consistent and that business could have took off years ago. Because at the time I was 22, 23.
You're still a baby out here. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like I need both.
Both.
Like I need both.
If you had to pick one,
Yeah, there's impossible.
you got to pick one.
So you're talking to a person who is a creator, a consistent creator. And in every walk of my life, like consistency has to happen. But without the creation of something, like what am I consistently doing? I can't consistently just do.
I mean, you can consistently be a bus driver. You know?
And drive myself into a wall. I can't. I have to create.
Right.
You understand? So like, it's like I write almost 5 songs a day. I work on some type of project, writing. I'm always talking to people about what we can create and stuff like that. Like I'm consistent is like a word that I think is the word. If I had to choose one, it would have to be consistency, because you have to be a consistent player to be relevant.
Right.
It's no different than, if Shaq didn't get out here and do commentating, he wouldn't be relevant, because he's not a player. So he's not in the game anymore. So to stay in the game is the game. And the longer you're in the game, the more relevant you are, the more you should earn, the more you should be able to build, the more you should learn. And then at some point you want to give back, but it's like, I need the creation portion though, because it's like without me creating, but like a great creator could create, that great hit song and a one-off,
yes,
or a great film or something like that. So it's hard to say, but I mean, I think consistent for me. If I had to say a word, I had to choose one, I would say consistent, because I just believe in the longevity of life, and that's what I want. I don't want to just be like a creator that created that one-off.
Right. Don't want to be no one-hit wonder.
Yeah. I take a one-hit wonder check, though.
Right. But it's not, you're not being really shrewd if you're a one-hit wonder,
Yeah.
Which leads me to the next segment. We're going to play Shrewd or Screwed.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you guys a hypothetical scenario, and you tell me whether this person is shrewd or screwed. Here we go. So there's a guy, he owns a mobile detailing company. His plan is to go to luxury apartments, and that's where he starts off. Nowhere else, go to luxury apartments and promote there. Is he shrewd or is he screwed?
What is he promoting?
What is
mobile
his
detailing company?
Mobile detailing company.
What's his ethnic group?
What's his ethnic group? He's mixed.
I guess with what?
Screwed.
If he was Spanish, he was set. But I mean, they ain't taking. I don't know. You said luxury, right?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Luxury. I would say shrewd.
Shrewd.
And the reason being is because they're luxury apartments.
Okay.
Meaning there's money there. They're gonna get their cars detailed because he's there. He's getting all that business.
Yeah, but what if they don't want to talk to you?
Yeah, what if they you don't belong here?
Yeah, you ain't.
Well,
what you
didn't say
doing?
that when you asked.
Well, no. I mean,
We ain't have to ask you. He told you where he was at. Said luxury condos.
No, there's no wrong or right answer, right?
Nah.
So I would say he's shrewd. I would say he's shrewd. Because he has an idea, he has a target market, so that's pretty shrewd.
No, it could be smart.
But he could be screwed,
Yeah.
He could be screwed, but in any business they tell you have to pick a market in a lane,
a niche,
right?
Mm-hmm.
He picked his. He's aiming for luxury condos,
Right. Now, if he's set up correctly, he come through with a water truck. He got all his power stuff, so he don't need to hook up to nobody's house. If he ain't trying to power wash using your water.
Oh, your water's cut off.
Yeah.
Come back next week.
It ain't that, why I need to hook a hose up, So if he come professional to that type of establishment, which is more upstanding. Yeah, if he got his stuff together, he come through with a water truck, he could power wash, he can clean everything, wipe that thing down. He got all the necessary equipment. He's in the right area where they can spend big money. And he comes looking, presenting his business, and on the side of his water truck got his business logo and stuff. Yeah. But if you come in a pickup truck with just some stuff in the back of your truck, some rags, a hose,
a bucket,
and you need their water to do this.
Yep.
Screwed.
You're definitely screwed.
Okay. So, what's one trait he would have to have as an early business owner?
People skills. You gotta be able to speak.
Okay, and that's across the board, even for any other random business owner.
Yeah, because if you
People
selling a service or you selling a product, you still need to sell.
Right.
Meaning you gotta convince me, because do I need this? And if I do need it, 9 times out of 10, I already have a place I probably get this done. So why am I about to change this? Now here's the sale. So you have to be able to speak, and you could have the greatest thing since Jesus, but if you can't tell me why I should buy this product over what I'm already using, then I'm not going to do it. So you got to be able to speak.
You don't think sometimes the work speaks for itself?
No, it can't. How? What work? What are you detailing cars?
Yeah, the best detailer in the world.
Absolutely. Now, if nobody knew this, how do you get one person to get your car? Do you just wash your car and keep driving it around people?
That's a good question, right?
You still got to tell somebody, hey, let me do your car. Right. I might not have to speak long-winded, but I at least need to have my sales pitch of, hey, I would love to clean your car. Your car dirty. Can I do it? I do that. I do that already. Here's my card.
Right.
I spoke.
Okay.
So you at least got to have, your sales pitch,
Definitely got to have a sales pitch. And, word of mouth will get you somewhere, but I feel like it only get you but so far.
Okay.
But I feel like as a new business, what he would need doing something like that is drive. And the reason why I say that is drive, you need to be definitely motivated, because you're going to get a lot of no's. Mm-hmm. So you can't let 10, 20, 30 people say no when you like, I quit. Because that 31st person might be your first yes.
Right.
And you don't know who that 31st person might know that can link you to a company, that can link you to anybody that can grow your business and scale your business crazy. And like I said, it's all about word of mouth will definitely get you somewhere. And pretty much he's doing sales. Go back to what I said earlier.
Yes, that is sales.
You're selling your service. Mm-hmm. So I always tell everybody, if I call 100 people, I just need one to say yes. Because how long is it going to take me to call 100 people? You get what I'm saying?
Not too long, right.
I call 100 people, I'm done in 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
You dial fast.
Right. But about 15 minutes, because think about it, most people they're not going to answer the phone.
Right, that's true.
The one person I get, that one person I make that sale, that paid for everybody else. I made however much money I made, it could be $1,000. I made that $1,000 in 30 minutes.
Not bad.
Are you making that at a job? I'm pretty sure you're not.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? So you can't let people telling you no determine if you should quit or not, because all you need is one. That one person gonna give you that motivation you need to keep going.
Yeah. Okay. I want to say this to the camera. No turns me on. I mean, it turns me on. I'm serious. Like, you talking motivate me? Tell me no.
Yeah.
Like, it burns me up that you told me no, and now I want to figure out a way to get it and get it done. And I hope when you see it, I want to remind you that you said no to me.
Right.
So tell me no. Like, you see my eyes? Like, I get turned on by no. Because like I said, if that's the world, that's cool. Because I'm such you have to have drive. You got to be driven. You got to want it. And that's what we talk about pretty much. In business, you have to have a determination about you that literally like it's indestructible. You can't stop this train once it gets going, and it's going downhill. And that's the mentality you got to have, because you're going to have people that don't think what you're doing is cool. They don't like it. They don't think your business is even nothing. And then it takes time, and before you know it, when it's going, those same people come in purchasing your products and talking about, oh my God, I've always loved this.
Right.
So
once the money train go, people hop on.
that's
Right.
it.
That's just how it go. And that's everybody, though.
Yeah.
You know, you have it in your family.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Friends.
Your friends, your families. I always say your biggest haters is the ones closest to you.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? You don't realize it, and then you realize, like, man, he acting funny. That means you're doing something right.
The
So-
people who have your back had the first opportunity to stab it.
Yeah, I never thought about it like that, but that's right.
Yep.
100% right.
So I got to be shrewd.
Yeah, but I think even with that, it's knowing that you got to protect yourself, protect your business, but everything that you're trying to do, you cannot let a person, your mom, your dad, your sister, your aunt, if they don't believe in you or what you're doing, does not mean I should stop because they said.
Right.
They don't think it's a good idea. They're playing devil's advocate all the time. Honestly, when they doing that, you might want to separate yourself from these people, because if
100%.
if you believe in what you're doing, there's not a person. I'm only going to hear the negative, and if I hearing it from a person but so long, I'm going to separate myself, because if you believe, that's the only person you should be trying to convince is you.
How do you separate negativity and hate from constructive criticism?
The tone of their voice and how they said it to me.
Okay.
So if you saying to me like, yo, that sweater's cooked. You hating. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if you said, bro, like, I never got into the fluffy stuff or the furry stuff. I don't really like, the stuff getting in my hair. I don't know.
Right.
You told me you ain't like it, but you just said it in a way that I get it.
You gave me a real reason.
You know what I mean? But if you just said it's cooked, then you just don't like it for what reason?
Right.
So depends on how somebody says something.
I agree with him. Depends on how someone say it.
Okay.
Because it's really hard. It's a very thin line if somebody's hating or is really constructive criticism. Yeah, how they word it, because I could tell you like, hey, work on this, work on that. I'm not hating on you. You might look at it, man, he just hating.
Right.
But like, I'm really not.
But it's not necessarily hate.
Yeah, so I guess it's the way you word it and your tone of voice. I feel like that plays a part in if you're hating or you're really giving me constructive criticism.
Okay.
And I say tone because you know how a person to say something in a tone like, yeah, this guy, he's talking about you, but he's using a tone. He's trying to play a tone, but it's like, you're dead serious.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
So
Make it sarcastic.
the tones is something important too. How somebody say something, whether they're trying to say it in front of somebody, are you trying to get some attention out of what you're doing? I'm just real conscious of all those things when people are performing, because I feel like most people performing anyway. So, don't bother me.
Yeah. In business, you have to be conscious, right?
Yeah.
Have to be
You
conscious.
have to.
You don't agree?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I think so.
So you want to debate?
Yeah, I agree.
Nah, I feel like in business, the ones closest to you, not everyone. You get what I'm saying? But people will always say, hey, you sure you want to do this? Or you better get a job. You have bills. But it's like, most people not going to see your vision. You see your vision. You know your vision. So you can't let the closest one to you say, look, I know what you want to do, but we got bills to pay.
Right.
Well, guess we losing everything today because I'm not going back to work.
I think people gotta, because I agree with you in a sense, because I've been a rebel my entire life when it comes to just going out and trying stuff. I will try anything that I believe in. So from stand-up comedy, and movies to books to just music. Once I got into something, it wasn't just trying no more. So that like I made sure that I stuck to it. But most times in the beginning, don't tell nobody. I don't tell nobody. I just do what I'm doing, because at the end of the day, I don't want your advice. And I tell people all the days, you live by their applause, you're gonna die by their alls. So
I like that.
I don't want neither. If you're giving it to me, cool, but just don't be shocked if I'm not, because I just focus on what I'm doing, and I stay the course, because like I said, some people will do things just to see what everybody else like. Y'all like it? Oh, they happy about it because everybody like it. But if you put something out and nobody like it, now you're depressed.
Right.
I don't care. I put it out. If nobody likes it, I'm going to put something else out.
I'm going to keep on going.
And I'm just going to put something else out.
Keep on going.
Eventually, somebody going to be like, yo, okay, we're getting somewhere. I don't really care. I'm going to put something else out. So the consistency part is where you're going to win, because eventually, no matter what they say or do, your work ethic is going to prove that you are who you are. And I think the greatest part is such a big world out here, right? So like, no matter where you're from, if your business can resonate other places, like you're going to have a fan base, you're going to have a crowd, and then just take your business to those people, because it might not be where you're at. That again, if you live around a lot of haters, I don't want to open a business around a lot of haters.
Right.
So just establish your business and work your business around those people who love your business. And honestly, the world now, you just got to find your community. There's a community for everybody. Everybody talking about I'm lonely. I don't understand. There's a community out there for you. What do you like, singing? What do you like? You like birds? Like, what do you like, cars? Like, there's a community for you. If you just like these things, get with these people, hang around these people, learn these people. They love what you love. So, for the sake of everything, once you get in those communities, promote your business. Boom.
Definitely. I'm big on meeting people in my industry. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So I go on Google, look up meetups. I go on certain sites, find groups. I just go. Some of them I pay, but I'm going, because I feel like in business you have to network
and take risks.
And what they say, your net worth is only as big as your network. And that's true. So you have to grow your network out to grow your net worth, because once you grow your network, you could bounce ideas off people. Mm-hmm. Y'all can work together. They can teach you. You might find that one person that's way up here that might be like, I got you. You get what I'm saying? And that can change your whole life overnight. What they say, millionaires is made overnight.
Right.
You can grind for 5 to 10 years, and then out of nowhere, it's
just happens
overnight.
Instantly, right.
Next thing you know, you're like, whoa. You put that work in, and you surrounded yourself by the right people with the right mind frame and the right energy, because all that plays a part in your success. Mm-hmm. If you ask me.
So you pretty much just described the podcast.
Yes.
You pretty much just described what we're doing right now. I'm excited. I'm excited to have guests on.
Yeah.
Rub elbows with people.
And they can explain some of these things to you guys as we're trying to break it down
and to us,
the world of business. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like what you just said about, I think in my book, Directing Your Life with Intention, that is the key purpose of putting yourself in the right environment around the right people. You'll find yourself being able to speak a lot better too. When you're around people who understand what you're talking about, what you're doing, opposed to being around your family and friends and you're a artist who loves to paint and no one else in your family paints.
Right.
So when you're talking to them, they don't understand about nothing you're talking, not the brushes. They don't know nothing about an easel. They just don't understand. And you feel stupid talking to them. And so you want to not talk to them.
Right.
Instead of that, when I talk to them, I'll talk to them about family stuff, regular stuff, because I'm in a community of people that paint. And we talk about painting and eating equipment.
Right.
So the key to everything, whatever you're trying to get into the lane, find the group, find a group of people. You'll get so much information from being in real estate groups. with a bunch of people who are learning and are educated on real estate. So I don't hang out with many people outside of actors and musicians because that's all I pretty much do. Right. I either we're working on music or we're working on films, documentaries. So what do I talk about all day? Song quotes. We listen to the music. We're kind of doing what musicians and artists do because that's what we are. So, and then we cut that off and go in the house and we talk to our family like regular people because what's going on in this world, you know? So we kind of learn to separate it a little bit because I realize when I go home, my kids and them don't want to hear about artists doing music or every idea movie we're working on. So, but when I'm in the community, I'm around my community, I'm free. So you never feel like you're talking stale to these people. Opposed to like, you know, I get around my mom and them, they don't want to hear all this stuff.
Well, that's the beauty about this show. We'll be walking in a whole bunch of different worlds.
Absolutely.
Right. A whole bunch of different worlds. Like I said, I'm excited. I can't wait. You guys got anything?
Yeah, I'm excited too. Like they said, I'm in real estate. So I do mortgages, investment loans, construction loans, anything with real estate across the country, you can reach out to me. Yeah, that's it.
And for me, it's film, music, entertainment, creative arts, writing, directing your life with intention, healing, growth, mental health. Like that's where I come. That's where my stance has been for the last 10 years or plus. And that's what I look to help people with and also grow with these people that get to come on here and speak to us about their businesses. And once again, just learn new people, learn the ins and outs of industries we may not have ever embarked on and some that maybe we want to. So this life is a journey, and during this journey, it's about finding your way and finding your niche. And sometimes for those who have no niche or they don't know what they want to do, this is a great podcast to be on or come on or watch because we're going to have people on here that may open your eyes to a new genre of business, ways of doing things. So I think that's what the exciting part about what we're going to be bringing on because we got some great guests that's coming up for the next couple weeks. And man, we're just excited to have them on here to educate us, to educate you.
Absolutely. And me, I have a couple things down the pipeline, but for right now, I'm the voice of the audience. So I'll be speaking as if I'm you guys. This has been the Shrewd Operators Podcast. Till next time.
Take it easy.